Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Manifest Ed. We're broadcasting live from our industry's biggest event, ASU GSV, out here in San Diego. This is the most exciting conference we have as an industry. University presidents, CEOs, CMOs, innovators, all trying to make our space better for students. It's an exhilarating 48 hours. You'll be seeing some content from us on this channel as we talk to many of the leaders from the space that are trying to transform higher ed, ed tech, and K-12. Stay tuned, Manifest Ed. It's going to be an exciting week out here in San Diego.
So what am I most excited about in EDU this year? I would say institutions building a more solid data foundation and better leveraging those insights to make all sorts of decisions, from the marketing side to recruitment to how they're delivering programs, how they're offering degree programs in the market. I would say right now, data is very siloed. It tends to not be actionable, and there's a massive opportunity for schools to get smarter and actually accelerate their decision-making process well beyond what it is today.
So the question becomes, what is exciting for higher education in 2023? Well, the thing that has everybody's attention is ChatGPT. And you might not know it, but I used it to write my speech that I'm using right now, right? Now, it's exciting because it's at the cusp of, a new frontier. It has some people and exciting things, think of riding, roller coasters. Some people, they terrify, and other people, your hands up because you're so excited about what it is. And I think anytime you bring something that might be that foundational in its changes and how we do our work and how we support students and how we do our learning, it's going to grab a lot of our attention to figure out what the solution should be. So I think that is probably the most exciting thing this year.
And the reality is, if leaders, as opposed to just thinking about technology as barrier, look at the opportunities to take advantage and leverage data and information that's available to them to then pursue new market opportunities, structure curriculum, and meet the needs of learners and the market space, I think that's a tremendous opportunity for institutions, and it'll be really exciting to see those leaders that step back and think strategically about how to do that for their institution. And one of the big barriers is how to manage the change for the institution and help them to be successful. And those leaders that look at it through markets, they then think strategically about their organization and they structure the organization to reach that opportunity. I think there's tremendous potential.
The intersection between universities and employers has got to actually become an intersection. It's becoming a binary. Do employers train on skills better because higher education isn't delivering, and higher education kind of in a space where its value is being questioned by some? And I think it's not an either or. People are going to need upskilling, but people are going to need the type of critical analysis and thinking and how to process the world that higher education delivers. So I think for me, not just in 2023 and for us as a company moving forward, how higher education and industry mesh together, right? And not look opposite sides of the fence, but think about delivering the best of both so that learners, students benefit in all the right ways.
I'm just going to give you one data point, 1,000 to 1. In our experience, 1,000 consumers will create one enterprise sale under $10,000. Less than one if you're trying to sell at a contract value of more than $10,000 in a larger enterprise. That's been our data over the last 3 years.
So I have a little bit of so I fully agree with what everybody's saying, but I have a bit of a shift in how I think about why B2B versus B2C. One, I think B2C is a really hard business for EdTech because an individual learner doesn't think about learning as like a lifelong experience. So they go to a B2C platform, they're like, I need to learn XYZ skill. They learn the skill and then they disappear. And being in the business of learning, you kind of want to build an experience where learners are continuously engaging with your platform. The B2B side of it does start to think and is starting to think differently about this culture of lifelong learning and understand that there is this like repeatable motion of developing skills that are both critical right now in terms of like what's my organization skilled at and what is going to be important for me to teach in the future. So like AI has been like the biggest buzzy thing that's happening at conference this week, and like it's like these two letters that no one will stop saying. We've all been talking about it for 4 or 5 months. Organizations are starting to think about how do I train thousands and thousands of people in skills like AI versus an individual saying, maybe I'll watch a YouTube video, maybe I'll talk to a friend, maybe I'll talk to a mentor. So to Jamie's point, like the B2B side of the business is more predictable. And I do know that like the economic times are tough. CFOs are getting involved in every single purchase. I was talking to somebody yesterday where I was like, the last 3 years were kind of like wild in many ways, where like companies could spend on literally anything. But if your learning product is solving a unique problem for an organization, which is why my one word was focus, they will still buy. Budgets haven't completely gone away. They're still there. It's just, have you actually found a problem that you are solving with the learning that you're providing? And the enterprises or the B2B side of the business, they are understanding of that, and they will look for solutions out there that will solve problems. And so it's a more predictable way of going to market because you onboard the learners, you keep the learners, and if you can create a great experience, those contracts renew year over year over year. And that's like in the edtech space, that's kind of the space you want to be in.